Meanwhile, GOP senators are cracking down on Iranian aggression against its neighboring countries by introducing new sanctions. One America's Glaze has more on the efforts to bring peace to the Middle East.
Republican senators introduce legislation to counter Iran's attempts to gain influence over Iraq. Senators Ted Cruz, David Perdue, and Marco Rubio proposed the act Wednesday, saying the U.S. should impose sanctions on 2 Iranian-controlled militias responsible for terrorist actions in Iraq and Syria. This comes after newly declassified reports revealed Iran took a significant role in shaping the Iraq war by training and arming multiple anti-American militant groups. The Trump administration has taken serious measures to crack down on Tehran's aggression in the Middle East by imposing tough sanctions, which have already tanked Iran's economy, bringing it to an all-time low in August, and drawing the furor of the nation's president, Hassan Rouhani.
Do they think after putting pressure on our people for 1 month or 2 or even a year, our people will go to the streets and put their hands up and say we surrender to the U.S., surrender to the White House? This is their misconception and this is their mistake.
Reports indicate since the president pulled out of the nuclear deal earlier this year, Iran has continued to provide aid to extremist groups across the Middle East, including war-torn Syria, where the government is struggling to stamp out remaining terrorist groups. This week, Iran rebuked the international criticism, claiming the U.S. and Israel are conspiring to disparage Tehran and promote their own interests.
The U.S. follows the law of the jungle while talking about Syria and the whole world as well. Americans and Israelis do not care about civilian casualties. That's why we do not agree with them.
But the Trump administration has not yet abandoned hope for reconciliation with the Middle Eastern power. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has issued a list of 12 demands for the Ayatollah regime, saying once they have been completed, the U.S. will be open to signing a new treaty to replace the Obama-era deal. Pompeo emphasized the U.S. will not re-enter negotiations unless Iran ceases its nuclear program completely and withdraws all of its military forces from Syria. Meantime, President Trump has taken a more direct approach, saying he is willing and ready to meet Rouhani face to face.
If we could work something out that's meaningful, not the waste of paper that the other deal was, I would certainly be willing to meet anytime they want. It's good for the country, good for them, good for us, and good for the world.
Luke Glaze, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.